Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, we'll be talking about the while loop in Java. So here is a while loop. This is what it looks like. And it's very similar to a for loop. Basically, you have a conditional check here, and depending on whether or not this equates to true, it'll run whatever's inside the body multiple times. Okay? That's why they call it a while loop. It's a loop. Okay? All right, so if you remember what a for loop looks like, you'll remember that it has three parts, okay? And the while loop also requires three parts, but you'll notice that those three parts are sort of scattered around. They're not on one line like they are in a for loop. Here, you'll notice that the variable creation is outside of the loop. So here I create a variable called I, and I assign the value of 0. So I is 0 at this moment. Here on line 7, we have the keyword while, and then here's the conditional check. This says, as long as I is less than 5, run whatever's inside of the body. And then our incrementer is the last statement here inside of the body, and that will change the value of I so that this conditional check eventually turns false. Okay, and then that way it's able to exit the loop and continue on with the application. All right, so let's go ahead and run this application, and we'll see that it prints out hello everyone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, now let's step through this real quick. On line 6, I have a variable called I, and its value right now is 0. Okay, so here it says, as long as I is less than 5, run this and this. Okay, so we'll run this first. So I is 0 right now. Is 0 less than 5? It is. Okay, so because it's true, it'll run this and prints it here. And then it increments I by 1. So now I is 1. Is 1 less than 5? It is. Okay, so that condition check is true. So it prints this out one more time. So there you go. And then it increments it by 1. So now it's 2. Is 2 less than 5? It is. And so it prints this, and then it moves on, and then it adds 1 to I, and so on. And it keeps doing it over and over and over until it finally gets to 5. And then the check is 5 less than 5? No, that's not true. So it's not going to run this. And like I mentioned in my for loop video, some people might get confused by these checks. So I is, as long as I is less than or equal to 5, okay? So if we were to add the equal sign here and we were to run it, you'll see that it actually prints it out 6 times, okay? Because once it gets here, once I gets to 5, the check says, is 5 less than 5? No, 5 is not less than 5. But now here we have the equal sign. So is 5 equal to 5? Yes. So it runs this one more time. Okay. Eventually it gets to 6. Is 6 less than or equal to 5? No, that's not true. And so it stops and continues on with the app. Okay. Again, the while loop and the for loop are very, very similar, except that the while loop might seem a little bit more confusing just because those three parts are sort of scattered around. But you'll notice that the more you start programming, the more you'll appreciate this, because you'll be able to basically place these anywhere you want in your code. Although the incrementer, you might always want that inside of the body so that it can exit the loop eventually. Okay, but it does give you the freedom to, change things around and design the code in a different way. All right, so that's all for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.